everybody, welcome to Movies in the Man Cave. We've got a top 5 episode. The category today is top 5 TV shows turned movies, or movies based on TV shows, or TV shows first, movies second.
There you go. You get it.
We planned this out well. So...
You want to start? It's your idea.
Okay. I will start since it was my idea. My number 5 is kind of a wild card.
Okay.
Actually, a couple on my list. I don't think people will agree with.
I got a few that are like that.
But this one's a real wild card. It's SWAT with Colin Farrell.
That was based off a TV show?
Yep, SWAT was a TV show.
Huh.
And then that got turned into a movie. Colin Farrell, Samuel L. Jackson, Michelle Rodriguez, LL Cool J. Kind of a long list of B actors.
Right.
Colin Farrell's
the ragtag group of...
good action movie. It's a lot of fun. I like the music in it. I think it's great visuals, and I'm a Colin Farrell fan.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
I like that guy.
So I like that movie. It's a good cop movie.
I can't remember if I've seen that one, or that came right around the same time as I can't even think of the other prison outbreak movie thing. Anyway.
Yeah, the concept of this one was really cool. I'll give $1 million to whoever breaks me out of jail. Yeah. And then they got to keep this guy in jail. So
nice.
Cool.
My number 5, I'm a sucker for Phineas and Ferb, and they have a movie, Across the Second Dimension. Have you seen that yet?
I think I've seen the second half. I tuned into it. I thought it was an episode, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this is really long. This is a movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and for me, what I liked is Phineas and Ferb already kind of is crossing that boundaries of it's a kid show but adult humor-ish, but this movie, it starts out right away. It's very Indiana Jones-ish, where it starts out with this thing and then it's 5 hours earlier. It's got this huge cliffhanger and then you jump into it. But it just seemed to be, I won't say darker than the show, but just kind of, there's more adult humor and there's more violence almost, and it's just kind of, I really enjoyed it, and the fact that it's an hour and a half Phineas and Ferb episode.
Phineas and Ferb is one of the best cartoons on television.
It's great. Cartoons
on television have a very low standard right now, but
they do. But it would hold its own.
Yeah, it's up there with the Looney Tunes and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of old. So
that's me.
All right, my number 4 is Star Trek, the newest Star Trek.
Okay.
I haven't seen most of the old Star Trek movies, I have to say. I've seen maybe 2 of them.
Okay. Including Next Generation, all of those, Kirk through Picard?
Yeah, I've seen probably 2 old Star Trek movies and the new one.
I'd say we should do a marathon, but that would be that'd be too much. But
I really like the new movie. J.J. Abrams, that guy knows visuals like crazy, and then when you combine space with that, you get absolutely beautiful stuff.
Very well done movie.
Just a lot of fun. I grew up during Next Generation, is the one that was on TV when I was growing up, so that was we've come a long way since then, even, I would say. So
yes, apparently.
Yeah, Star Trek number 4.
Sweet. My number 4 is
I wanted it on my list. I'm glad you put it on yours.
It's Addams Family. If you didn't catch
I debated it back and forth. I really wanted it on the list, and it didn't quite make it.
I have to put the note in there that this is for the first one. Addams Family Values was good, but not as good as the first one. I maybe saw an episode of the TV show, maybe, but the movie itself is amazing. And it's got Raul Julia, who played Gomez, and he also played Bison in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And so, for me, we see him in Street Fighter, and then in Addams Family, it's I love this guy, and then he had to go and die. And, big bummer. But
still had a great cast, though. Angelica Houston,
Christopher Lloyd.
Bizarre cast. I never would have cast him as Uncle Fester.
No, and it took forever for me. I remember looking at that cast once, and Christopher Lloyd's in that. Where? When? And then
when you look at him compared to Doc Brown from Back to the Future, that is not the same human being.
No, it can't be. This is impossible. But Uncle Fester is a great character in both of those movies. So
Wednesday, I think maybe is my favorite, though. All the little traps and stuff she's coming up with.
She's just maniacal, and it's awesome because she's 12.
Yep.
So
very good movie. I wanted it on my list. So number 3, and I think a lot of people will disagree with me, but I'm a sucker for the Transformers movies. I
I
debated
guess I
whether or
didn't
not
even
it
think
fell
of
in
that.
this category because
It's
it
kind
was
of
a toy it was
yeah.
based on, but there was also the cartoon.
Yep.
And I thought it was so closely related to the cartoon that I was going to count it.
Yep, I count that.
Obviously, everybody knows all about Transformers. I'm a sucker for visuals. And when
Yeah,
those robots
those are good.
slow motion turning from that car into the robot while doing a flip and then coming down and pounding some other... Oh, it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, they took their time with those scenes to like, let's add some gears over here and some gears over there, and yeah.
When that first one came out, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think
Which I think came out on July 4th.
It did.
And we're filming this on July 3rd, but you'll be seeing it after July 4th. But like, so that was like probably 6 years ago today, 5 years ago today.
Yeah. I think those movies, aside from Lord of the Rings and the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, those are the only movies I've seen opening week in the theater.
For all of them?
Transformers. So, but surprisingly, it didn't make my list. Number 3, I have Star Trek Generations. That was the first Next Generation movie.
Is that the one where Picard meets
Kirk. Yep.
They like travel through time or whatever.
Yeah, they do a lot of time traveling things. But I'm not sure what it was about that one. And I have seen the original ones, and it's just been forever since I've seen those, so they might have made the list. But Generations, for me, that was like the prime of Next Generation, and Next Generation, like, I loved that show. And so, the other Next Generation movies were all right, but Generations is where it's at. So, short and brief. I just love it.
Cool. My number 2, then, is The Fugitive. I have never seen the TV show, but The Fugitive is based off a TV show.
Nice.
Absolutely phenomenal movie. You got Harrison Ford versus Tommy Lee Jones, which two great leading men.
I'd like to
Tommy
see that
Lee
now.
Jones as the FBI agent.
Yeah.
So smart, and then he's being outwitted by Harrison Ford the whole time, who's trying to catch the real killer while he's on the run as a fugitive from the law. So many twists and turns. It's definitely, while there's some action pieces, it's more just thriller, like pure edge of your seat. Is he gonna get caught like in the hospital? Oh my gosh, is he gonna get caught? How's he gonna disguise himself? Blah blah blah. It's good stuff. Ever since I was a kid, I've been watching that one since I was a kid. Love it.
Didn't know that was a TV show.
Yep.
Didn't do my research. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there. My 1 and 2 could probably be interchangeable,
But they're not.
but they're not. So number 2 is such a nerd, Serenity,
See,
based off of Firefly.
I'm just gonna say right now, not on my list. I'm halfway through watching Firefly, and then I'll
Yep,
watch Serenity.
check it out.
So who knows? In a month,
could.
this could be on my list.
It
But
could.
so tell me, without spoiling anything,
I'll
me.
try. Firefly, as many of you may or may not know, was cut short. So it had it's got 12 episodes, maybe
13, I think.
something like that. And so it never really got a decent closure to anything. And Serenity did that in 2 hours, but so they packed in all of this stuff about River, and they did more backstory about, her craziness and all that stuff. But what was neat is that, it's a full budget movie. And so you get better visuals, you get cooler costumes, cooler sets and all that. And you see more of their world. I can't think of the name of the capital planet or whatever. Maybe it's just capital. But they visit that, and it looks like something out of Star Wars. It's this very cool futuristic looking city. It's just a good closure to the story, but at the same time it leaves you wanting more. And so that to me, that it did a good job with that. And so yeah. You've seen Firefly?
I'm excited.
Serenity.
I'm excited to get through Firefly to watch Serenity.
It's so good. And it's a couple episodes of Firefly itself, get you just like so involved with the characters, like there's an episode Out of Gas. I don't know if you've seen that one yet, but it's just like
No, I haven't. I think that's my next one.
It's like
actually.
the greatest episode of anything on TV ever. And then Serenity is like that bundled into one.
Cool.
So I
I'm
love it.
excited. On to number 1, top of the list.
There you go.
My number 1 TV show turned into movie is Mission Impossible. Specifically, the third Mission Impossible movie.
That was going to be my honorable mention, and I forgot. It is written right here.
Okay, that's your honorable mention. That's my number one. The first movie, it's a little less action. It's a little bit more cerebral.
Yep.
You know, just kind of a spy mystery type of deal,
Right.
which I think is closer to how the TV show was.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
that I've
so.
actually ever seen a TV show. I played a Nintendo game of it way back in the day.
Your mission, if you choose to. An 8-bits.
The second one is who was it? Wu is the director, and I'm not a big fan. But the third one, and then the fourth one, are just epic movies. Like Tom Cruise is the perfect casting for that. I could watch those movies all day. Philip Seymour Hoffman is the bad guy in the third one.
Third, yeah.
Oh,
I heard he did a great
so
job.
vile. He is so vile.
And I like that guy.
He's
like
fun to
Philip
watch, no
Seymour.
matter what he
He's
does. He
fun.
can play like a goofy, fun character, but
Yeah.
man, when he turns on the sinister,
He plays kind of a good creep. Like it's a
Yes.
good creep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Villain. Like
when he's being interrogated on the plane, and it gives you the willies. So I just love the whole series, and they're gonna keep coming, and
nice.
yeah. So I've like I said, never seen a TV show.
Yep.
But must have been halfway decent if it got turned into a movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen 3 or 4 of that yet.
Oh, third one is so good.
That's what I've heard. I have heard good things, mostly from you. My number one is Masters of the Universe.
That's your number one.
That's my number one. I can't tell you. I think it was maybe Top Gun as a kid. I watched more than Masters of the Universe.
We watched Masters of the Universe a lot when we were kids. There's no doubt about that.
When we discussed the TV on to movies, I was like right away just like, yeah, He-Man was totally a TV show. Like that's going on the list.
Oh yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, Dolph playing He-Man. It's also got a young Courtney Cox.
A very young Courtney Cox.
Very young Courtney Cox.
Extremely young.
And what's the bald guy? He's got an awesome name. The bald guy in that movie.
The good guy?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It's been a long time, sir.
Dude has a sweet name. I can't remember. And the actor's name. Anyway, based off of the He-Man show, loosely, mostly. But he gets teleported to Earth with the key.
The magic, yeah.
What's that called? It is the key.
It might just be the key, but it's like
But
an instrument.
I don't know. I just get so nerdy about it because it's got all of these, all of the bad guys from the show. I had like all the toys. So you got, the Beast Man and all, and they introduce them in such a cheesy, perfect 80s way, and they're all stepping forward and they got their eye patch and their drooling face.
They
And they're like,
they really do like Beast Man.
yeah, and he steps out of the shadows and they're like, ugh. And like, it's so corny and cheesy and perfect because the cartoon was super corny. I mean, it's got Prince Adam changing into He-Man. Like, it's just super cheesy. So the movie was fantastic. And really the effects for its time weren't awful. They got people flying through the city and stuff like that, and the cops are shooting after them. And the final showdown between He-Man and Skeletor is amazing. And Skeletor says at the end, "I'll be back."
But he hasn't been back.
He's never been back.
He hasn't been back, man.
Jerks.
Sequel planned.
Yep.
Probably more likely a reboot, if anything.
Well, it was planned, and then it turned into wasn't Universal Soldier, but it was something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like they just kept rewriting, and then it turned into a totally different movie.
Yeah, because I don't know of any movie that's similar to what He-Man is.
No, not really. But yeah, I'm guessing a reboot's in the works. So
Wow, our lists were like completely opposite.
yeah,
We had Star Trek, but we had different Star Treks.
right. And
I
I thought about doing Star Trek as a whole,
Right,
but
right.
I wanted to single out Generations. But
Huh. Yeah, good stuff, man.
good list.
I just want to say, like, Wayne's World and stuff from Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
I kind of didn't include
We're
that.
based off of
'cause
sketches, not really a show.
It was just a little bit different, so I took that out of there.
Yeah, Muppets. I guess the Muppets could have counted, but
And things that were like comic books, obviously, like Spider-Man and then Batman, that were comic
Right.
books that then became a cartoon show,
Right.
then became show.
how did
Ninja Turtles
How did
was
Ninja
the same.
Turtles? Yeah, they were
Yep,
comic
they were
first,
comic.
and then
Yep. So, all right. That's TV turned to movies, top 5 list.
boom.
Let's move on to the quote from last week.
All right, did we get anyone else besides Brianna
We did. Blanta56
He was all
is
over it.
again
There you go.
on YouTube.
or she? I don't know.
Ah, that's true. I should be more careful. We'll go with he unless told otherwise.
Okay, they.
I don't think we have a ton of female viewers. I mean, there's
No,
a couple.
really, our
There's a
demographic's
couple.
pretty male dominated.
But, so I'll just assume male.
So-
So congratulations to you two. Let's take a look.
What the hell do you want with me?
You? My dear boy. Whoever said I wanted you?
There you go. X-Men.
Nice.
So that was a TV show that turned into a movie too.
Nice.
But that was also a comic book turned into a
Right.
TV show.
And then it went on to.
Yeah. But so yeah, congratulations to you two. We've got a scene
Scramble?
scramble
Yeah.
this week instead of a quote. So here it is. If you can tell us what movie this screen grab is from, please do.
Yes.
Put it in the
yes.
comments. And we'll get your name on here next week.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's
We've
pretty
been
good.
saying that for like a year, but it's a pretty big
It
deal.
still is a big deal. I
Mhm.
mean, this one person a week out of the whole world, one person a week,
Gets named on this. show.
unless two people guess it right, and then it's two people.
But still, that's two people
Yeah,
out of the
it's
world.
pretty good. Let's talk about what's coming out this week.
Sure.
We got Amazing Spider-Man, which is actually already open, which is a weird open for it.
Right. I don't know what to think of it because I didn't care for Spider-Man 3, so I'm glad that there's a different movie, but I didn't hate Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. So I don't know.
I didn't hate Tobey Maguire, but I'm not a big Tobey Maguire fan. So when they first said they were rebooting it, I'm like, geez, that's soon. And then I saw some of the clips with Andrew Garfield, and I'm like, he looks like a pretty darn good Peter Parker.
But my problem is he kind of is it's giving me that Twilight vibe almost. You know? Like every picture of him, like I know Peter Parker is all, his stories. He's like, I want to save the world, but it's so hard. But like every picture I've seen, he's just like emo Peter Parker.
But have
all
you
over
seen the
the place.
previews and stuff? Previews don't make it
Yeah.
look that way.
Yeah.
Previews make it look sweet. Some of the action scenes look
The
amazing.
action because we got the lizard,
Right.
So it's
But
like,
even just the scenes where it's Spider-Man web shooting around town, I've seen in the previews.
Yeah.
They look phenomenal.
and a lot of that stuff they did on set. Like a lot of it's not CG, which is really cool. Emma
I'm looking
Stone.
forward to it. I'm
Emma
looking forward
Stone's
to it.
my favorite. Maybe
Very
not my
pretty.
favorite, but
Very pretty. The other movie coming out this week is Savages.
yeah, I saw. I think I caught one trailer from that.
Right, I've seen the TV commercials, and I'm not interested, but I've seen the trailer, and the trailer gets me a lot more interested than the TV commercials.
Okay.
It's like two drug dealers who are like good drug dealers, they're non-violent and stuff, and the girlfriend
Okay.
gets kidnapped, and then they gotta go rescue her. And it looks like to me that game Army of Two,
Yeah.
because they're like wearing these masks, and
Yeah.
there's the two of them like going around. It looks like Army of Two. So I don't know.
Interesting.
So I don't know what to think. I think it looks pretty good. I won't go to the theater.
Yeah,
to
I
see
thought it looked
but-
alright. Yeah, I probably won't ever check it out. But what do you do?
All right, that's our episode for this week.
Sweet.
So thanks for joining us, everybody, for our top 5 list. Make sure to put your list in the comments, and not to mention answer the Scrabble. And we'll see you later.